Zeus here. Today we're going to talk about combat and base design of 5 engines in Season 15. Along the way, moving up from level 18 to Diamond level, I had some interesting opponents including OpDestroy's sidekick Shiskabobber and OpDestroy himself. So I have to say, I've got a tremendous amount of respect for Shiskabobber and OpDestroy. I think they do a really great job. And I wanted to start out by showing you Shiskabobber's very creative attack on my 5-engine base. He's using warriors and rocket choppers. And I gotta give him full points for creativity. This is incredibly creative, incredibly complicated attack, and luckily for me, it just wasn't quite fast enough to beat my own strategy. But it just shows the skill that Shiskabobber's got. He's really a top player globally and deserves to be. All right, let's get into some other combat. This is a standard attack on 5 engines that I do, landing heavy choppers and melon bombardiers right and left in a split. And then on a delayed basis, you've got brick and another 2 boats of melon bombardiers. And that delay is really critical because you got to get deep into the 3 engines up at the top as fast as possible, and it's really the only way to do it. Here we're going to go into some live combat now, showing you how this is done. This guy here has got max rocket launchers, which is a little bit more of a challenge. So my opponent has already started, trying to decide exactly where to land the heavy choppers and the melon bombardiers. You got to get the heavy choppers to provide a screen against the max level rocket launchers, otherwise they're going to shred your melon bombardiers pretty fast. This base is kind of poorly designed because we can go immediately after the group on the far left with the group of Sergeant Brick and the melon bombardiers, and that's going to speed up the time. This player's previously been a global top 500 player, so we'll see who it is at the end here. It's going pretty well. Still 3 minutes and 10 seconds down to the last 2 bases. Engines, rather. Flare to the far engine. And your melon bombardiers can finish that off, and then a flare to the last engine. Again, at this level, at this point, we don't have barrage to use to knock down Zeusaurus Rex. Alright, so that's good enough for the win. Let's see how Zeusaurus Rex did it. Now, this is a pretty typical kind of attack pattern without heavy choppers. He did the delayed landing also, but again, not with brick, using a boat of heavies. Engine. Alright, with that I got my chest for level 20, which is sweet. And let's show you the tech tree that I've been using. So I've got been bypassing a lot of things to get to heavy choppers, and that's really critical, I think, for getting to the leaderboard. not open to any of the building damage, the warriors, rocket launchers, barrage, cryo bombardiers. Don't need any of that. Okay, all right, back into combat. Pretty standard base. We're gonna have to use our standard attack here. Take out those defensive weapons. It's time to land our brick and the last 2 mil bombardiers, boats, landing craft. Going really well. And again, we're using battle orders to accelerate brick and the melon bombardiers on the far left to accelerate taking down all the engines. Add a flare to the last engine. Oops, missed. A little bit early on the flare. But still good for the win. See what our opponent did. So he landed groups of heavies and melon bombardiers all on the left side. Again, that's not a winning strategy because you're still going to have to get up to the engine on the right. Okay, well he's going after that with critter, shock, and got the engine. So a good strategy, but just not as good as the one that I'm using. All right, 4 times in a row we've won. Let's see if we can do it again. It's a pretty standard base layout. We'll use our usual strategy here. Okay, our opponent has started. I like to give myself about 10 seconds, if possible, after my opponent has started before I launch my own attack. That way you know if you've got to hurry at the end. Gives you a little less stress. Took out a shock mine hiding behind that trophy. Landed brick in our melon bombardiers far left. And now we trigger brick. Now you gotta make sure you've got a shock down on things like that boom cannon there. Otherwise it could take out brick and then you're gonna lose all the benefit of battle orders, which is gonna be the difference between winning or losing this kind of level. And we're just hitting battle orders repeatedly. These melon bombardiers are incredibly powerful. They do a tremendous amount of damage, especially when you've got the battlers going, and they're slow usually, but with battle orders they accelerate too. Let's see. Oh, I think we got it. Well, he retreated because he didn't even get all of my engines. All right, win. So that'd be 5 in a row. Let's see how he did his attack. Use some bombs to take out the mines around that upper right engine. So I assume at some point he's going to throw some critters down. Oops, flared a little early. Left an engine down there at the bottom. Well, that's what went wrong anyway. All right, so 5 times in a row. Let's see if we can do it again. Another pretty standard base layout here. So we'll do our standard split attack. There's some critters to get rid of those mines. Pretty perfect split. There's only one mine left there. That's not a problem. Now, unfortunately, our brick and our melon bombardiers are drawn to that one cannon there. Well placed to distract us. And there's a boom mine there, a boom cannon there that we need to worry about. We got lucky and took it down. Put a shock on the next boom cannon too. We don't want to lose our brick because that'll really slow down our final time. Flare on the last engine, perfectly timed. And down it goes, 252. Let's see. That's pretty close. 57, 55. Oh my goodness. Oh. Tie. Let's see how he did it. So he's got a typical technique some other people are using. He lands everything on the right beach, and then lets his guys spread out, making sure that he eliminates the mines there on the left side of the landing strip, so that his bombardiers don't go down on the mines. And as soon as he takes out that low engine, he's going to flare. And they threw down some critters on the second last engine to get it. Well done, Mr. Ramon Saad.
Many hours later.
So I worked my way up to the diamond level and winning 8 out of 10. And got a little 3 times win streak going. Let's do some more combat. So this is pretty standard base layout. I think we're going to do our usual attack here. So we got to take out those shock mines and then a critter box, try to take out some more of those mines. Launch our brick and our melon bombardiers down the far left side. There's a shock mine behind that boom cannon. Luckily some shrapnel took it out. And a flare to the far engine. Shock on that boom cannon to suppress it, and a flare to the last engine. 253. Let's see how Bounds is doing. Well, he flared his guys up there. But some of them are going after defensive items that he doesn't need to kill. So he's lost a lot of time. Down to one last engine, gone. Okay, 244. So he drops back to level 20. Alright, that's 4 in a row. Yeah, let's see what he did. Okay, so he landed one heavy chop and a bunch of guys on the right. And then on a delayed basis, another heavy chopper and some melon bombardiers on the left of that right landing strip. And my boom cannons picked off a few of his guys, and they flared to that spot. Okay, we saw the rest. Okay, where are we at now? On the US leaderboard, we worked our way up to number 136. All right, so we've got 4 wins. Let's see if we can extend our winning streak. Okay, so this guy's got max level rocket launchers, and he's got one in the far left corner there that's going to be helpful, actually, because it's going to allow us to send our brick and melon bombardiers in right away. Okay, so we gotta put the heavy chopper in as a screen. Brick and melon bombardiers in. Now that we've suppressed that rocket launcher. Took out some of those lines with an artillery shell. We have a shock down on that rocket launcher, otherwise he's going to shred our melon bombardiers. He started pretty late, so okay, he's done. This is going to be pretty close. Still have one rocket launcher, unfortunately. And a flare to the last engine. Some bombs. Terrible time, 240. Wow. Well, good enough for the win. Ugly. Let's see what he had go wrong. So he used that technique of landing everything on the right landing strip. And he's got no melon bombardiers near the engine. Gotta come all the way back to get it. And where's the flare? Okay, there's the flare. And he lost a lot of melon bombardiers along the way. All right, so now I'm number 123 on the US leaderboard. All right, let's try one more time. we can get our winning streak going. So there's a shock mine behind that trophy. Some problematic mines up there. All right, well, we're going to be able to use our usual strategy here. One other important point to make is how you land your melon bombardier is important because you don't want them all lining up on one defensive item. You want them to spread out against the defensive items. It doesn't really help you if you've got 6 melon bombardiers attacking the same defensive item. It just slows you down tremendously, so you really want to spread them out so that they're each attacking a different defensive unit if possible. This is going really well. 3:15 and we're already into the last few engines. Shock to suppress those cannons and boom cannons, and then we're going to go for the far engine and a flare to the last engine. Pretty good time, 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Let's see how our Russian guy did. Oof. 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Wow, he must have done something different. Oh yeah, okay, so here we've got 2 heavy choppas and some rocket choppas behind. He's using critters to destroy the low engine and a shock, which worked. And he's using shocks to suppress the cannon and the boom cannon next to the last engine. Well, nicely done by my Russian opponent. So we're going to call it a wrap. Pretty good campaign. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and give us a like. And thanks as always to Hercules for help with the video editing.